The gym is a vast topic. Training, diet, workout splits, protein intake, and so much more. But there are a few things that I think every gym goer must know and understand. These things are surprisingly not talked about that often, so today I am going to be discussing 7 things every gym goer must know. You don't need cardio for fat loss. Fat loss mainly comes down to calories in versus calories out. You will only burn fat if your calories out is more than your calories in. Otherwise, it's not going anywhere. Yeah, sure, doing cardio definitely does burn some calories, but if you just have 2 cookies after like a 30-minute jog, all the calories that you burnt are now back. So that just shows us that your diet is way more important than cardio. Another misconception that I notice among many people is that they think if my maintenance calories is 2500, does that mean I need to burn 2500 calories throughout the day through exercise? Dude, no. Out of those 2500, your body already burns about 2000 calories while at rest. Because your heart needs calories to beat, your brain needs calories to think, your internal organs need calories to function. And you know what else burns calories at rest? Your muscles. Because they need to recover every time you use them. And by common sense, a bigger muscle will need more calories to recover. And what makes a muscle bigger? Weight training. So instead of focusing on cardio for fat loss, focus on controlling your calories and start lifting heavy. The next one is going to be what you eat doesn't matter, but how much you eat does. I've wasted so much time and mental energy stressing about what my diet should be, what foods should I eat, can I eat certain foods or not? Is my diet correct or not? But over time, I realized that all calories are just calories. It doesn't matter if it comes from a slice of pizza or from an apple. Calorie is just a unit of measurement like liters, meters, and grams. Just like there are no bad liters or bad meters or bad grams, there are no bad calories. Yeah, sure, calories is not everything, and the nutrient density of your foods matter too. Like you can still lose fat by eating pizza all day every day if you're in a calorie deficit, but obviously that's not recommended because it's got very less nutrients and too much sodium and a lot of other not so good stuff. But honestly, for fat loss or weight gain, calories and protein are the only 2 things that matter. And when you start having a high protein and low calorie diet, you will automatically make the right choices of food. You really don't need to worry about other things. Like 90% of the things that are high in protein and low in calories are going to be very good for you. So really it doesn't matter what you eat. Eat whatever you want, but just remember to control your calories and protein. The third one is doing 3 sets of 12 reps is completely useless. I honestly don't even know where this number of 12 reps even came from because it simply doesn't make sense. You need to do how many ever reps it takes you to reach to the point where you cannot get another rep with proper form. That's it. That number can be 6, 10, 15, 20, whatever. Preferably for hypertrophy, keep your reps between 6 to 15. But by keeping your reps between this range, I don't mean just stop in this range. I mean you need to fail in this range. In short, you need to pick a weight which is heavy enough that will make you fail between 6 to 15 reps. So don't just randomly stop at 12 reps for no reason. Go to failure and do as many reps as it takes. Fourth one is lift the heaviest weight first. Have you ever seen someone bench press and they lift like 60 kg in their first set, then 70 kg in the next set, and 80 kg in the third set? Yes, that actually used to be me, thinking that increasing the weight like that will increase the intensity overall. But that's totally false. The fact that you could lift 70 kgs after 60 kgs shows that your first set was not at all intense and you probably just wasted your time doing that set. You didn't even reach close to failure while doing that set. To grow better, you need to train harder. Instead of doing these reverse pyramid sets, do a normal pyramid set. If you actually can lift 80 kgs, lift 80 kgs in the first set. Go to failure. And then you'll be forced to take 70 kgs in the next set because you won't be able to do another set of 80 kg and fail between 6 to 15 reps. This means your first set was truly hard enough and actually useful because now your muscles are weak and they're getting a better, higher quality stimulus. Fifth one is sleep is everything. Honestly, even I used to think that people exaggerate when they talk about good sleep, but I was so wrong. Sleep is by far the most important thing to make gains after training and nutrition. You need to understand that your muscles don't grow in the gym. In fact, your muscles are torn and broken down at the gym. They repair and grow into a bigger and stronger muscle when you're sleeping. There's so many important things that happen when you're sleeping, without which I swear you are missing out on some massive and major gains. So stop playing that video game with your friends or watching that movie late at night. Just go to sleep, bro. You need to get bigger. Aim for at least 7 to 9 hours of good quality sleep. Don't even touch your bed during the day if you're not gonna sleep. Avoid bright lights at least 30 minutes before bed, and don't eat too much at night. These 3 tips improved my sleep quality to the point where I started maxing out machines and progressing as if I was literally on gear, bro. Okay, the 6th one is sort of confusing, but just pay attention. Progressive overload is not something you do, but rather something that happens. For so long, I used to think that progressive overload grows muscle and without progressive overload, gains are impossible. And I'm sure you think that too right now. But this point of view is wrong. The reality is that progressive overload is something that automatically happens when your muscles grow. So it's not that without progressive overload, muscle growth is impossible, but rather without muscle growth, progressive overload is impossible. But this doesn't mean you shouldn't try for progressive overload. If in the last session you bench pressed 60 kgs for 10 reps and the last rep was literally so hard that it drained everything out of you, but this session you bench press 60 kgs but you're not as tired as last time, then that's progressive overload. Next time, try getting the 11th rep. If you get it, well and good. If you don't, try again next time. Now, why am I saying this? Because the number one reason why people start ego lifting and get injured is because they chase progressive overload. Just because they chase progressive overload instead of experiencing it, so many people lift more weight than they can actually lift. And this causes them to get hurt. Trust me guys, injuries is the last thing you want. And the last and final one is just be patient. I wish someone told me this sooner. If you're thinking about how long it's going to take you to build your dream physique, then you're in for a disappointment. Because the answer is not 6 months. It's not 1 year. It's probably not even 2 years, but more like 4 to 5 years of consistent training and good diet. Looking at yourself in the mirror every time is not going to motivate you, but only discourage you because you're not gonna see results in a week or 2. You need to keep putting in efforts even when you don't see the results. This is the hardest part of everything, to be honest, because it's so difficult to keep going without knowing if what you're doing is even working or not. It's just blind faith in the beginning, but you need to trust the process. You need to trust the science and believe in yourself. Everything will fall right in its place if you keep putting in consistent efforts. So these were the 7 most important things in my opinion that every gym goer must know. Hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. Do share it with a friend who you think will benefit from this and subscribe for more.